Fun fact, this recipe is also featured in the Don't Panic Pantry cookbook, available now in a lot of bookstores and in the comment section below, or I guess it's the description box, the D box. Come on down to the D box and buy a steak. Actually, you can order. You can. Today on Don't Panic Pantry, we are making Kitchari, an amazing rice and lentil porridge, very popular in India, very commonly given to children and also fully grown adults. It is super customizable. I learned about it at a place called Mount Madonna up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, where my brother lived for a long time, where we used to go as kids growing up, and it's just a super comforting, amazing, highly customizable, delicious porridge. First things first, we're gonna take our lentils. You can use any kind of dal, any kind of lentils, but ideally you want ones that are gonna break down, like red lentils, split yellow lentils. Pour this right in here. We're also gonna add our rice, so it's equal parts rice and lentils, half cup each. And we're gonna go and give it the old rinse-a-rooney. 7 cups of water, adding in our rice and lentils, and 2 tablespoons of minced fresh ginger. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and then just drop it down to a gentle simmer, cover it, and let it cook until cooked. Just because lentils love to, you want to be careful to not use too small of a pot. You want to have a nice lip up here. It's gonna start to foam up, and then it'll start to like cascade down the sides, and then for some reason I'll always try to wash the stove immediately while it's piping hot and burn my hands. So, as I warned, this pot might have been a little too small, but let's also take a look at our lentils and our rice. This has been cooking for 45 minutes. So obviously that is a long time for rice, but you want it to be this sort of fully cooked down porridge. And we're sort of looking at this texture. You almost want to not see the lentils themselves. Like with a dal, you want it to be kind of this like smooth sort of texture. So this ended up being more water than we needed, and that's just because there's a lot of variability in this. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and then I guess I should have snapped before. So essentially what we're gonna do is bring this back to a nice simmer. So as it sits, it's gonna thicken, and also if you have leftovers, those will get very thick, and usually when you have leftovers, you end up adding some water back in. So this actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna turn this off and cover it. So now we're gonna fry up our spices. You can use oil for this. Oil works really well. A nice high heat neutral oil is great. Grapeseed, peanut, etc. But if you wanna do this in the best possible way, you should use ghee. This is ghee. If you want to know how to make ghee, just click right here to watch this little video we made. Ghee is basically an Indian clarified butter that has like a little toasty or nuttier flavor to it. And when you clarify butter, what you're really doing is you're removing the solids and the extra water, so you're making it basically like kind of like a fry oil that tastes like butter. So you can sear things at really high heat and it won't burn. So it raises the smoke point. We have 2 teaspoons of black mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, and then a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of turmeric. So this is gonna all help to create this sort of gut health, fiber-rich, anti-inflammatory properties that we get from the turmeric, all to make this kind of very awesome, rad thing. So here we go. High heat. We're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of ghee. We are going to use this ghee to fry up our cumin seeds and our mustard seeds. And once those are like popping and getting all fun, then we throw in the other spices. Basically gonna turn off the heat and let these guys get partying in there. Doesn't that smell good, Ben? Mm-hmm. It's getting all nice and foamed up. That heat's off. This guy is porridged up. And now, get ready for your... We're not going for a heavy seasoning. We want this to be still customizable for people, but a little bit of salt just to kind of get it started. Okay, now we go to flavor tin. Some people do it kind of sweet. They'll put in like a jam or a chutney. You can go like spicy pickles. You've got like this kind of stuff, like this spicy Indian pickle, which is kind of cool. If you're doing the Ayurvedic thing, then hot sauce is probably not what you're looking for, but I do terrible things to my body for the sake of pleasure. So I don't care. Hey, Ben. How do you know if somebody has that thing where cilantro tastes like soap?
They talk about it.
That is correct. Let's do this spicy mango chutney. That seems like a fun guy to do today. A little squeeze of lime, and then a little salt.
I like a sweeter kitchari.
Yes, maybe you'll do the spicy mango chutney.
Okay, here's some mango.
Do you want a little tamari? A little hot sauce can be nice sometimes.
Maybe.
A little lime juice.
The mango's delicious. I like the yogurt because it really cuts it, even though it's a bland porridge. Not bland, but...
Undersalted on purpose so that you can add your own flavors to it.
Excuse me, undersalted on purpose so that you can add your own flavors to it. Why would someone eat this over, like, oatmeal? Like, what's the argument for this? Without all the stuff in it, just...
I mean, the stuff is the argument.
Oh.
Also, I mean, lentils are really, really good for you. I like a not sweet breakfast. You can also eat this anytime.
I got something you can eat anytime.
Ben, leave.